hello YouTube, hello you. It's your girl Denz back with another video. I'm back with my buns. As you guys know, today is the 4th day of Vlogtober, also the 4th day of October. And thank you guys for coming back for another video. I finally got to 200 subscribers. So thank you guys for the support. Continue to share my videos to get more people to subscribe. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So as you guys can tell by the title, I will be talking to you guys today about my experience during my first week of college in Canada, New Brunswick to be exact. So I attended New Brunswick Community College and the fall of 2018, and I took up hotel and restaurant management. So yeah, that's always something that I wanted to do. I love hospitality. I love being in the restaurant and hotel like setting, and that's just something that I pride myself on. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So yeah, so I'm just gonna tell you guys about what happened during my first week of school, all the things that they gave us, what I did, everything that happened, and I'm gonna be sticking in video proof or photo proof of whatever happened during that week of school. So first things first, we had orientation. So I think no matter where you go as a new student, you have orientation, but especially it was specific for international students. And you know, they did a lot of introductory to the college, specifically because the campus is kind of big. It's not what I'm used to, so it was different. And we had like to do, they gave us like this, they split us up into groups, and we had to do scavenger hunt. So they put different stuff throughout the college that we had to find. Yeah, and yeah, it was kind of fun. I am kind of, don't get me wrong, I'm a friendly person, but around people that I don't know, I'm kind of iffy. So they split us up into these groups with all types of different people and from all backgrounds. Like, this school is so diverse. Like, I'm talking about people from Vietnam and China and Russia and Brazil, and people, you know, from all walks of life and all over. So yeah, it was pretty interesting, and like all of us getting to know each other is kind of like an icebreaker too, because you had to obviously communicate in order to get your points across and to know where to go and look, and you know. And then after the scavenger hunt, then I think they split us up into another group again, so you don't get stuck with the same people, and you had to they just gave us a walk around the school after we so-called found all the things that we were looking for. So yeah, and then after that, I think they split us up into our respective programs. So at that point, I ended up in a group with everyone that, how they had it, it was hotel and restaurant management with culinary arts, culinary management, and I think cooking. It was all of us in one section. So they put all of us, it's under one school, sorry. So they put all of us in one section, and you know, then they went over, they like played this big slideshow about who the head of the school is, who the department head is, who do we speak to when we need this and when we need that. And they gave us a lot of free stuff. They had giveaway bags. I think most colleges do that too, but containing a lot of stuff, and like they had coupons. So once you're a student, you get to eat at certain places at a discount. You get to shop at a discount. Like once you had your student ID. And y'all, my student ID was very ratchet. I can put it right there. Probably crop up my face because no, it was not it. So yeah, we had our student ID, and once you showed your student ID at wherever you go to shop or to eat, you automatically get your discount. Certain places like I think it was Pizza Delight and Dairy Queen, because it's also in the yard of the school or very close anyway, and you can walk. So they had specific discount for MBCC students. So yeah, and also during that first day, after all of the talking was done and they split us up, then it was lunchtime. My favorite time of the day. It was lunchtime, and so yeah, I'm gonna put the video right there where we were in the common area. The common area is super cool. It has, you know, TVs and pool tables and all that stuff, and then it was outside. They had all the food set up, and it was a lot of people, you know, just back and forth. It was really cool anyway. So anyway, first day of festivities were over now. Then we're on to another day. I don't know exactly which date it happened. All I know is all happened in the week. So as I talk about it, I'll put up, you know, the photos and videos. But yeah, so we had the first day of classes, and so we sat down and our instructors came in, and you know, they introduced themselves, who they were, what they would be teaching us, and how it was with the schedule that we had. How it is with this college, with New Brunswick Community College, it's a full day schedule, so it's kind of like you're in high school, but you have like 4 or 5 classes a day, and they go from 8 a.m. to 3:30 or 4 o'clock p.m. every single day. So working the 20 hours that you're allotted to work as a student, you probably have to do them during your hours. So you probably could work 5 o'clock in the afternoon to like 9 or 6 to 10, you know, to make up the 5 days that you're in school. Or you can split it up and work up to, if you work 10 hours on Saturday and Sunday to make up your 20, or however you want to do it anyway. But yeah, point is, you couldn't really work throughout the day because you were constantly in school from 8 a.m. till at least 3:30 every day. So yeah, so I'll put the schedule right there that I had for year 1, hotel and restaurant management. And yeah, so our lecturers came in and was like, okay, well, you're gonna have me for this, and this. And then this was like, okay, well, you'll have me for, you know, this and whatever. So being in hotel and restaurant management, we had a lot of books. Like our well, tuition was one thing, but the expenses for being in hotel and restaurant management were like crazy ridiculous. I mean, compared to some schools, this is probably slight work, but for me, it wasn't. So it was like almost $600, $500 something for my book list. I'll put it right here. Yeah, and it was for like $3, I think it was 3 or 4 max, and it was like, whoa. And I'll show you guys photos of all the books that I had to get for that year, and that was just year 1. That wasn't even year 2 yet. And you also had to pay for culinary uniforms, because, you know, being in hotel and restaurant management, you had to learn how to do certain parts of the kitchen. Like, it was all around. It's a trade school, so, you know, everything is hands-on. It's not like university where you constantly, or you have to do a math, or you have to do a science or a social elective or something. It was nothing like that. It was straight to the point. All my classes were related to my program, and it was just that. Like, we did operations in a hotel. We did banquet serving, we did cooking, we did we did a little culinary. And the good thing about the school too is that they gave you certifications. So like being in hotel and restaurant, like I got it actually equipped me for being outside of college, because I now had my national food and safety program training done, and I have my certificate for that actually. It was 2 different certificates, but that you needed outside if you want to work in the restaurant and hotel industry, that I got from that program itself. So it's really, really good, and I love the program. So yeah, anyway, back to what we did. So we took this specific class called I'm not really sure. It's cooking anyway, where we had to, or how to prepare meat or something like that, where we literally sat in class and they taught us how to pull chicken bones out and fix them in the right way, or like how to rotisserie a chicken. And keep in mind, like I'm not even in culinary, but they give you, you know, a all around basis as to what to expect in the whole industry. So in order to manage a restaurant, you would have to know how to do these things to tell people what to do, right? So they basically prepare you for all of that. And yeah, so, and then also during that week we had a freaking fire drill that made everybody have to go outside and wait. Basically, is like, what do you do? What zone do you have to go in, depending on which program you're at? Because the building is so big, so like it's spread out all around. Like we had to exit through a certain door, and others had to do like on the other side of the building. You know, it was crazy. But yeah, so that was this specific day in the first week where this teacher, he was like, he can't teach 30 students, it's too much at a time, so he split us up. And I got up out my bed to be to school. I'm not a morning person, and I got up and I'm like, okay, you know, this is what I'm gonna do today. And then he's like, oh yeah, this isn't happening, so how about hotel and restaurant, y'all come back tomorrow. And I'm like, so I just spent my bus money for nothing. I can insert the clip right here. So let me tell y'all a story about how all of a sudden now we don't have no class. So I used money for the bus and, you know, bring my behind out the house early this morning. But it's bad to tell me, oh, I can't teach a class of over 30 students, so we can switch y'all up. Hotel and restaurant and culinary, y'all come back tomorrow. What I do that? What I come to school for? What I come here for? I just want to know. I didn't know it. You talk. But yeah, so I was really irritated that day. So that was something else. Being in hotel and restaurant management too, we had coffee. And you had free coffee. It was a coffee card, so every time you go down to the cafeteria, you literally just like coffee galore. And I always was a coffee fan, but having that amount of coffee was something different, and I wasn't really used to I wasn't really used to the effects of coffee. So I'm going for 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee a day, because first of all, like I said, I'm not a morning person, so having to be up and, you know, having to get out early and sit up in these classes and listen to these people talking early in the morning, it was like, whoa. Especially having to be there all day, because at least when I was in university, I chose my classes, and I would intentionally choose evening classes because I know I couldn't do the mornings. So having to be at a class before 8:30, and I'm talking about like it was legit high school all over. I'm talking about you 5 minutes late and they lock in the door. You can't get into the classroom. And she's like, yeah, you gotta come back with the next class or the next period when we switch over again. Like, so it was serious. They took it really serious. And it was one time because like catching the bus, I'll show you guys the bus pass that we had to get. So not having a car yet, you had to catch the bus. And so if you have to be to class for before 8:30 and you live downtown, you have to catch 2 buses. And at the time, the route straight to the college was cut off because they were doing construction. So they dropped you off a whole 3 bus stops behind, and you had to walk the rest of the way to school. So that means you probably up by 5, have to be out at least 6:15 to get to the bus to make it to school in time for that time. And yeah, so it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, especially not having a car and the bus route not being, because usually the bus stops right in front of the school, but like I said, they were doing construction, so it threw it off. Yeah, I have a lot of footage from my first week, but I'm not really sure what else to talk about. If you guys have any questions about what it was being in college in New Brunswick or Canada on the whole, I only can speak for New Brunswick, but I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn the post notifications to get notified every time I post another video. And yeah, I'll probably post a part 2 if I find anything else. But yeah, and everything that I didn't mention, I'll just leave the footage at the end of the video so you guys can just get a little more insight into what happened. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me for Vlogtober Day 4. Stay tuned for what's in store for tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys again for 200 subscribers. Keep them going, keep them going. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Yado.
Same side. Just use the tip of the knife to go down until you feel it. And you cut through it. Okay?
Do we in a small shop here? Why?
Even if your credit score is below 500. And on the same page, the easiest way to get a low interest loan to pay off all your financial debt. Want a car but have bad credit? Even if you've had previous repossession.
Far to get to my class. I gotta walk all the way down this hallway. Like, why they do that? But they're doing construction over there. Stairs. Lockers. I wonder if anybody in my class. Oh, no. So.